Hi, I'm Bill Donohue, President of the Catholic League. This is Catholic League Reports. Joining me today is Mike McDonald. He's the Director of Communications, and Sean Leigh. He's a Policy Analyst at the Catholic League. We're going to talk today about James Talarico. For those that don't live in Texas, they may not know of him. He's a state representative. He's running now for the U.S. Senate seat in November. He'll run against the fellow Paxton. He's the Attorney General there, right?
Yep.
Okay, so he's an interesting guy. He calls himself a devout Christian. He went to Presbyterian seminary. That's very interesting. We're practicing Catholics. We thought, well, maybe we have some things in common with him. It just so happened that just yesterday on ABC News Live, he admitted that he's somewhat cringy about his past comments. Now, what would make him want to walk back his comments? Well, he once said that God is non-binary. Really? And he also said that there are 6 sexes. That's right, people, 6 sexes. Those of you who think there's 2, you're wrong. I don't know why he didn't choose 7 or 17, but anyhow, I decided to write him a letter and ask him about this, not only these changes, but some other changes as well.
Yeah, so Bill, you got a pretty strong letter, and you can find that on our website at catholicleague.org. We'll have a link in the description below. But one of the things that jumped out as reading through it, you asked him some pretty pointed questions on Christian nationalism. What has he said in the past? Does he keep bringing up this boogeyman of Christian nationalism?
Yes, he says it means that you're consumed with power. But one could argue that he's consumed with power, and he's using his Christian identity on his sleeves to elevate himself into the United States Senate. But what I really find interesting about that, he says that there was this carpenter. He doesn't refer to him as Jesus. There was this carpenter who got crucified. And, Christianity was okay for 300 years. 300 years. And what happened for the last 1700? We got corrupted, and he's still with the religion. It's worse now than ever before. Now, I want to know is this, did he learn this in the seminary, in this Presbyterian seminary? Because if so, that raises some serious questions about what's going on there. But yeah, the boogeyman of Christian nationalism is always up in front.
Yeah, Bill, in the letter you wrote, you did bring up his comments about there being 6 sexes, as well as some of his comments on sex reassignment surgery for minors. I wanted to know if you wanted to expand on that and why people looking to vote for this person, this might be something for them to watch out for, representatives of our country.
Now, you can make up your own mind, people, but sex reassignment surgery for minors means genital castration, it means genital removals, it means puberty blockers. It really means toying with the person's private parts, male or female, and to transform them into something which, of course, they can't be. Whatever you are is whatever sex you are. You can't change to another sex. He's in favor of doing this. This is what we at the Catholic League call it child abuse. Now, if you're going to vote for him, and if you like this kind of thing, you think that a 15-year-old who's going through a bad patch, that he wants genital mutilation, chemical castration, then he's your man. There's no question about that. Where in Christianity we find this, I don't know. Maybe he was taught this in his seminary.
Yeah, and Bill, Talarico might not be a household name nationwide, but he's been on our radar for a while, and it sort of seemed his big appearance on Rogan last year, you had a good write-up on that, documenting a lot of the nonsense that he's put out there. Why would the Democratic Party, that's having such a hard time connecting with people of faith, people of reason, people in the middle of the road, why would they push this guy as like, this is our sort of model candidate of someone who can actually speak to people of faith?
That's a good question. I think but they know that they're getting their clock cleaned by Christians and people of all faiths. So therefore they figured this guy calls himself an evangelical Christian. I'll let my evangelical friends speak to that. But I want to know what's going on here, because he says that this is his understanding of religion, that Jesus was a radical feminist. Those are his words. I'm not putting words in his mouth. You can read it, the quote up on our website. And that Jesus was a pro-abortion activist. Well, did he learn that in his seminary? What's going on in the seminary? But you see, if you want to try to speak to people of faith, don't insult them. Right. That would be the first cardinal rule. So I don't know what's going on with some of the party elites, that they think it's good to have somebody. You wouldn't have a white racist, try to appeal to black people. They'd say, wait a minute, why are you doing this? So there's something really bizarre going on. Whether or not it works, the people in Texas will decide.
Going off that, we've mentioned before, Talarico's had problems with the Ten Commandments being displayed in schools. However, there's certain sexually explicit content, he seems to be okay with them having children view. I don't know if you had any comments on that
I mean,
as well.
again, if you're trying to appeal to Christians, they want the Ten Commandments in the schools. All right? That's a foundational principle of American society and of Western civilization. They don't want sexually explicit material in the schools. He's in favor of sexually explicit material. He wants to ban the Ten Commandments. He calls himself, not me, he calls himself a devout Christian. Well, he's not alone. We did have a guy call himself a devout Catholic. He was in the White House not too long ago. But so you have phonies in our ranks as well, not just with the Presbyterians. In any event, we hope that this is enlightening to you. Find out more about James Talarico, how much more he's going to try to walk back. But I just want to know, how does he know that there aren't 6 sexes? He thought that one time not too long ago. He's flipping right now. How does he know that God is not non-binary? I've asked him these questions in my letter because that's the kind of a gentleman that I am. Thank you.